gorgeous, welcome back to Life in Style. Today's video is going to be my everyday makeup drawer for the month of March. It's probably going to be a little longer than just 1 month. I find that sometimes I don't use these products all the time, or sometimes not at all, and so I don't want to pigeonhole myself into just 1 month. Sometimes these items will go ahead and just stay in there for perhaps 5 to 6 weeks. So that's just an overview of the products that I am going to be using on an everyday basis. But we're going to start out over here on the left, and I will go through each product with you and what's going to be in the everyday makeup drawer. So we're going to start out back here. This is where I have my highlighters for this month. I didn't even really plan it, but as you can see, we have kind of a gold theme going on here. So this is the Laura Geller Easy Illuminating Stick in Gilded Honey. You guys know I don't normally use cream color products, but when I put the powder version of Gilded Honey over that illuminating stick, it is absolutely stunning. I also decided to get out my Wet n Wild highlighter in Boozy Brunch. I have used this many times on this channel. It is a gorgeous gold color, just very, very vibrant on the skin. Then in this second compartment there, I have my lightening drops from the Body Shop. These are shade adjusting drops that I use in case any of my foundations are too dark. That always stays in there. I also have pulled out my Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Primer. I tend to use it with the Kevyn Aucoin, what is this called? The Sensual Skin Enhancer. I do have to get a darker color of this. Let me just quickly show you what it looks like. So this can be used for so many different things. You can use it as foundation, you can use it as concealer as well. I tend to use it as concealer because right now this is extremely light for me, so I do have to get a darker color in order to use it as foundation. Moving on down here, I have my Essence I Love Stage Eyeshadow Primer. This pretty much just stays in here all the time because I absolutely love this. You guys know that I use this so much on this channel because it is just, for me, the most perfect eyeshadow primer. And then here I also have one of the Milani Bella eyeshadows, and this is in Bella Cappuccino. I tend to use this, let me see if I can open this with one hand. I tend to use this to set the primer down on my eyes in case any of the palettes that I have chosen do not have something, a shade like, you know, looking like this that is very close to my skin tone, so that I can go ahead and set the primer. Then moving on, I also have my Inglot Gel Liner. I don't tend to use this on an everyday basis, and I have talked about this, but I always keep it in here in case I need it. It's just in the shade Black, which is number 77, and this pretty much stays in the everyday makeup drawer as well. The next thing I have is my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly, and I have used this a lot on my channel as well. As you can see, it basically looks like a concealer. I love this eyeshadow primer as well because it just turns your lid one color so that you don't have to worry about any variations in shade. If you have any veining or any discolorations, this just makes your lid one color, which I absolutely love. And then the last item that I have in this little compartment is my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. I don't use this often, but I do use it sometimes. It's one of those things that, for me anyway, I have to practice to get really good at it so that I can use it daily. As you see, there's just a little bit taken out, and I have had this for several months. It is a really good product, but again, in the mornings when I'm getting ready for work, I just want the quickest thing possible, so I end up using just an like an eyeliner pencil on my brows because I do have my brows microbladed, so I just have to kind of fill in and feather in just a bit. So this middle compartment here, I'm just going to move this up just a bit so you can see, has all of my blushes that I've pulled. This one actually from Hourglass was in there last month, and I decided to keep it in there this month. It's a newer purchase of mine. It is the Ambient Blush in Mood Exposure, and that's what it looks like. It is absolutely gorgeous on the skin. It just has this light behind you know, once you put it on, you have color on there, but there's just this lightness to it. When it's on the cheeks, it just feels beautiful, looks beautiful, and lasts very long. The next blush I have is from Kiko Milano. Kiko Milano is a really, really good brand, which is also, sorry about the ring light there, which is also very affordable as well. I absolutely love this blush duo. It also has a bronzer. It's a little light for me, the bronzer, at this time of the season, but the blush is absolutely perfect. My next blush is a NARS blush, and this is in Amore. I have talked about this blush extensively on this channel. I have also used this blush many times through tutorials and get ready with me's and that sort of thing. I haven't pulled it into an everyday makeup drawer in quite some time, so I decided to do so for this month. Then I decided to bring out my two Clinique Pop blushes. This one here is in Plum Pop, as you can see there. Pretty packaging. Also, the color is just absolutely beautiful. These are some of my favorite blushes. I just haven't pulled them into an everyday makeup drawer in quite some time, so I decided to do so this time around. The second one is Berry Pop, and as you can see, it has the beautiful breast cancer ribbon there. This was sold during Breast Cancer Awareness Month on Nordstrom's website, and a portion of the sales for this blush went towards breast cancer research, and I went ahead and purchased it right away, being a breast cancer survivor myself, and it's absolutely beautiful. The last blush that I have here is a very new product to me. I only swatched it when I got it. I've had this for a couple of weeks now. This is the Glossier Cloud Paint in the color Haze, which is the darkest one they have. And again, I don't use cream products, but everybody raves about this product, so I really wanted to try it. So I put it in for this month, and hopefully it's a product that I will extensively use and love as well. For foundations this month, I have my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This was actually in there last month, but I didn't get around to using it. I had used it in a video before I put it into the everyday makeup drawer, and had commented as to how much I had forgotten that this is such a wonderful, wonderful foundation. Really nice, spreads evenly, blends out beautifully, lasts many hours, feels very light on the skin, and the fact that it's drugstore makes it that much better. So this one is a dewy and smooth, but they also have a mattifying one, which I do have as well for the summer. But again, just an all-around fantastic foundation, and this is in comparison to drugstore or high-end. It's just a really, really good foundation. And then the second one I have here is one that I have talked about extensively on this channel, also have used extensively, is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Gel Foundation. This they do not sell in the States. I know they used to sell it many years ago, so I ordered this on Amazon, and I absolutely love this foundation. It is lightweight, it is beautiful, the coverage is wonderful. You can build it up as well without feeling cakey, but again, it was one that I hadn't pulled in quite some time or have used in quite some time, so I decided to put it in this month's drawer. The third one is a new one to me. It's a BB cream. It's called the Perfect Cover BB Cream, and this is by Misha or Misha. Jessica Braun here on YouTube had talked about this and raved about it, so I went ahead and purchased it. I believe I got it through Walmart online, and it was maybe $14, but she raves about it. The shade selection is a little odd because Walmart sells some, but not all. Amazon sells some, but not all. It's very odd. But the one I have is number 31 Golden Beige, so I'm hoping that this will work for me. And I'm just really, really excited to give this a go. Then here I have two Stila palettes that I had gotten quite some time ago when Ulta was having one of their 21 Days of Beauty sales. These are called the Perfect Me Perfect Hue palettes, and this one is for tan or deep skin. As you can see in the back, you have all of the shade names and what they are. You get shadows, blushes as well, and that is what it looks like. I have used these in the past, though not as much as I want to, so I wanted to pull it back out to use. These two blushes right here are absolutely gorgeous, and like I said, I have used them and have been very, very pleased with them. So that is that color variation. And then this one I have here is for medium to tan skin, and again, the back is the same, and then on the inside, that's what it looks like. And again, you know, purple there, this color's gorgeous. This blush I've used a lot, and I absolutely love it. And we're on to my second organizer that I keep in my drawer. Back here we have some setting powders. I have the Milani Translucent in light to medium. I had ordered the darker one and that was way too dark, so I decided to use this, and I have used this a few times. I do like it. Then I also have my Kat Von D translucent powder here. I decided to get the smaller version just in case it didn't work out, but so far so good. And then I also have my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder to set my concealer in my under eye area. And then moving on to my primers here, I pulled out my Too Faced Primed and Poreless, which I absolutely love. My NYX Angel Veil, which is also a very, very good primer. Again, in this instance, whether it's high-end or drugstore, it's a really nice primer. And then I also decided to pull in my CoverGirl True Blend face primer. This is for oily skin. So these are just some that I hadn't pulled in quite some time, so I wanted to get some use out of them. We're gonna go into my eyeshadow area here. I pulled in this Stila, it's not the Glitter and Glow, I wanna say it's the Shimmer and Glow cream shadow, and this is in Pigalle, I believe. It's kind of a maroon color, and I'll swatch it for you quickly. So that's what the color looks like. It's not one that a color that I tend to gravitate towards, but it is just stunning. I have used it once, so I just decided to bring it in because of the colorings of the other shadows, which I will show you in a moment. I also have this Eye Lux from LA Girl. This I saw, I want to say Walgreens is starting to sell them, and I saw this in store, and I just absolutely fell in love, especially with this maroon color. I'm just going to open this up for you so you can see it. That's what it looks like. I love the fact that it's just 4 easy and quick colors. I do own 2 other color variations, and I do like these palettes a lot. Then up here I have a Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in Cleopatra. This is absolutely stunning. It's like a green peacock color. I have used it a few times, especially over the holidays. Just love the formula and love the color, so I wanted to pull it in again to use it. The second cream color that I have is from Dose of Colors. This is their Ideal Duo in maroon, and this is what the cream color looks like. And then underneath it, you have a glitter portion to put on top of it. This hasn't been opened yet, but again, as you can see, there's like this reddish kind of brick color thing going on here, color scheme going on here for this month. But I want to use this because I haven't yet, and I know that they got very, very good reviews from people who have used them in the past. Then the next one is the Butter London and Pantone Glaze and Eye Gloss. And this was the Pantone color of the year for this year. Just gonna take this off. How beautiful and iridescent is that purple? Just like blows your socks off. These, you know, like the eye glosses here have gotten very nice reviews. So as soon as I saw that they had the Pantone color, I'm a purple freak. If you know, if you've seen my videos, you know that. So I definitely wanted to get this. The next eyeshadow palette that I pulled was my Natasha Denona. This is the eyeshadow palette 5, and the number is 13. As you can see, again, I kind of have these warm colors going on. I have used this palette before. That green on the far left is absolutely stunning, like just absolutely gorgeous. And I hadn't pulled this in a while, so I wanted to go ahead and do that. The last one is a new palette to me. It is from Dose of Colors in Blushing Berry. I own the Marvelous Mauves and also the Baked Browns, I believe it is. So in the back you have the names of the colors, and these colors are just absolutely stunning. I cannot wait to use this eye palette. The others that I own, I've used quite a lot, and I love the formulation, so I am looking forward to this palette being top-notch quality. Moving on to correctors and concealers. For corrector, I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Naked Skin, and that is in Deep Peach. You guys know, if you've watched my videos, one of my favorite correctors of all time. The next concealer is from the Collab line of makeup that they have at Sally Beauty. Really like that one. Then I pulled in my ColourPop No Filter Concealer, one of the very best concealers I have purchased. And I know if you're probably looking at these two shades, they look so different. This is actually, let me see, what shade is this? This is in medium tan. When I got it in the mail, I'm like, that is not a medium tan. The good thing, good or bad depending on how you look at it, about these concealers is that they oxidize. So this actually ends up turning out a little darker under my eyes, and it works perfectly. So that shade is great. And then the next one I have is the one that's been all the rage. It's the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. This is in the shade C12. I really do like this concealer a lot. To me, it is not a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, but it is, well, not a dupe per se that it's the same, but it is a good alternative, because a lot of times I hear people saying that the Tarte Shape Tape is too thick under their eyes, even though the coverage is very good. This actually has extremely good coverage and is not thick at all. So dupe or alternative, depending on how you want to call it. It's not the same, so I would call it an alternative, but at $7, as opposed to the Tarte, which is $27, this is a much, much better buy. Moving on to lips, I pulled an Anastasia lip gloss, and this is in the shade Terra. I also pulled one of my NYX lingerie matte lipsticks, which I love. I also pulled another lip gloss, this one from Gerard Cosmetics, and this one's in Cocoa Bean, and also another gloss from Rimmel. It's the Show Off Lip Lacquer, but I don't know that I have a shade on here, but this is a really, really nice lip gloss. I love that. So as you can see, I'm just like in a lip gloss kick. And then the last compartment here is also lips. I pulled my Butter London Lippy in Taupe, which is really a lip gloss, but it's kind of a cross between a liquid lip and a gloss. And then for lipstick, I pulled my Too Faced lipstick in Honey Bear. This is such a gorgeous everyday nude, and I absolutely love the way it looks on my skin tone. One thing that always stays in my everyday makeup drawer is my Rosebud Salve. This is absolutely mandatory in my everyday makeup drawer because I always use it to make sure that my lips are hydrated. I use this every single night before I go to sleep. Make sure that it's slapped all over my lips and even like almost lining the lips, so that when I wake up every morning, my lips are very supple and very soft, and I hardly have to exfoliate them. Okay guys, so that is going to do it for my everyday makeup drawer for the month of March. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I cannot wait to try out these products. I just love the way everything kind of looks like it's going to come together really beautifully. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also click that little bell so you get alerted as to whenever I upload new content. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.